Alright. So every time I come on Oregon, y'all, I try to practice something different. Try not to practice on something I've already did, but to keep it going, I have to keep practicing the same thing. Practice just like anybody else. Otherwise, forget it. Let's see. Yeah. Practice with precise. I understand that how you practice is how you're gonna perform. But sometimes it's okay to make mistakes in your practice, so and then you go back and get it together. It's not about how fast you do it, it's how accurate you can get it. I'll do that in there. At some point when you learn ideas from another musician, you want to throw your own 2 cent in there, 5 cent in there. So if I'm doing something that I'm learning from somebody, I'm gonna throw my 2 cent in there. That wasn't the way it was done. It was one finger, 2 finger. That's the proper way it was done. Proper way. My way. My way. My way. because now I understand inversions. My way or the highway. First, when you learn it from somebody else, learn it the way they did it. Learn it the way they did it. Alright, so I learned it the way it was done originally. Allegedly. Alright, that's how I practice. Alright, I'm gonna try not to do a whole bunch of talking, but I'm about to get to work. So, let me find it, because I can't remember it all. So let me find it. It's time to get back to work. I do a lot of transcribing stuff. Alright. So David Jackson, I think this is it. This is it. And again, I add my 2 cents to it, 5 cents to it, and I keep it pushing. But in the beginning, I try to learn it the way I transcribed it. And the way it was broken down, by the way. Broken down, like broke down, step by step. That's how we play. We heard this earlier from some other stuff that I already did. Skip one chord. It's actually, that was a G major 9, G major 9 or G major 7 chord. I'm just breaking it up with 2 hands. Going to the A. So he did this move here. Or let's see, let's do the second one. That's the first one. The first time around was I throw this little. I used to do the walk up. I like to do the walk up, but I'm gonna do it the way I transcribed it. And the first time around, I'm trying to play it correctly. All these chords in my book. G sharp major 7. Every chord I'm playing is in the book. Every chord is in the book. Now it's funny that this chord I played here on the D, I may put it on the B. And then I may use a D chord. In this case, I'm trying to use the E chord. Now I'm going to switch over to a D chord. Alright? From an E chord down to the D chord. What? Alright, so then we go to the C sharp. Is the preacher chord. And the key of F sharp and G flat on the 5. Can I get a witness on the 5? raise up to go to F sharp on the bass line, and come up to F sharp chord. Keep the same chord here on the left hand. B major chord to F sharp chord, but you switch the bass line from C sharp to F sharp. Last move. So now I said that all depends on the bass line when you change the bass line. Start with E flat. What if I told you start with A? That's why it's important to learn a chord that you're gonna play in one key, or actually in one key, but when you're transposing the bass line, check out to see can you do it in another bass line. What? Alright, so let's get at it. Okay, so now what I do is I go back and throw my 2 cent in there, or 5 cent. Or whatever I want to do. Alright, so I go back and throw my 2 cent in there because now I know I can go sus, major, sus, whatever is the major chord. What I told y'all, what you can do is a substitution. That's right, your sus 2, sus 4, or your 7 sus 4 chord. What's up? Now I added a few notes to it. Or major or sus 4. So sus 4, sus 2, secret sus chord, either one. All those chords is mixed together. So now I can do my thing. If somebody else doing something that I just did, don't say I copycat somebody, because that's not true, because I'm sitting here actually pulling this off on my own. That's what I get for practicing. That's what I get for practicing. That's what I get for practicing. That's what happens when you get practice, get back in results from practicing. Okay. Now I got the little diminishment tritone, and I'm just using the C to rub in. I might even do an extra pedal movement. Or walk up. Side. I call it the side move, or walk up. Talked about these chords, y'all already know. I got all that crazy stuff. I play all that stuff. Yep, your bow can play all that stuff. So somebody pulling this stuff off, I promise y'all, It's already in the master book, and some of it has already reached the play by sight book, which has already been published. Amazon, all right, with the edition number 1, play by sight, edition 1, and edition number 2. So if y'all want to learn how to play these dope chords or these nice chords, these chords are in the book, y'all. I'm just so the song is Hallelujah. Y'all know that song. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I do that. Hallelujah. I might start doing a part pedal. Alright, so I can't sing, but I just have a. If you know the song already, hallelujah, da da da, hallelujah, da da da. Yeah. So Junior Trinity's coming from it from this angle. Hallelujah. I do that in it. Do my little thing. I'm doing that. Doing some rubbing before I go to the target. Alright, so I might tweak it up a little bit. After I keep playing some chords. Once I learn chords, now I tweak it a little bit. Alright, once I learn it the way they did it, whoever did it. Alright, once I learn how they did it. It's E chord with the F sharp sus4 chord. Over a D. Then we go to D, D diminished 7 over a E flat tritone. Then we go to a E chord bass line over a A flat sus4 or C A D flat sus2 mixed together. And then we go up to E flat minor 9. And then we go to, let's say this without the bass line, F sharp, diminished major 9, or with the sharp 5. Hope I said that correctly, because I always say it wrong. Let me see, do I want to, is it in this one, I think? I always get it wrong. And this is, like I said, without the bass line. But when we add the bass line, it changes the name of the chord, and I also have it here. So we can have a diminished major 7. So let me see how I do that. That is with the F sharp. And that is this voicing. Let's see. Alright, so that's our diminished major 7, right? Remember that? We hearing this minor chord. Alright, okay, so that was chapter 6. Just want to give you an idea because I could have played that voicing as well. Matter of fact, I do that all the time. Let me see. That was when I go what? Yes, that I did this yesterday. Matter of fact, yesterday. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. 2 days, 7, 3, 6. Good. it comes. Here it is. So that is the F sharp diminished major 7 chord. Now the other chord we want to go and get at is the other diminished. I was gonna do the other fat diminished chord. Let me see, diminished major. But this one here is the one we smashing on. Will be the diminished major 9 with sharp 5. All right, and that is. And that is over here, chapter number 18, gang, 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 page 51. All right, and that is the very first chord at the top of the page. All right, so don't say I'm still in chords from anybody because I've already transcribed a whole gang of chords over the years, and I decided God allowed me to live long enough to drop these chords in a book, chapter 18. So that way, anybody who want to learn how to play these dope chords, I got them in the book right here. F sharp diminished major 9 with the sharp 5. Do it all the time. I love you, love, I love you, love, today, because you can. Every chord I play is in the book. Here we go. That one, or if I don't want to do the ba-da-da, that's in the book too. That's in the book. This is in the book. This chord is in the book. This chord is in the book. And that chord is in the book, which is the F sharp diminished major 9, F sharp diminished major 9, sharp 5. Now, if we add the bass line, it turns it to an A flat. So let's go to what chapter is that gonna fall in. It turns that into an A flat major 13 with the flat 9 sharp 11, and that is chapter number 19. And that should fall on page 53-ish. There it is, right there. A flat 13 with the flat 9 sharp 11. I got to go home, y'all. Bye. I got to go. I ain't gonna be on here long. I told y'all want to learn this dope stuff. Every chord that I'm playing is in the book. Just about every chord that I can think of that I say relevant for every musician need to learn these chords. You got to learn these chords from a beginner level musician, intermediate level. A musician very well known mentioned this today that I saw on the network today, and I keep saying this over, and I've been saying this over and over again, but it's nice to know what you actually playing versus being in the dark and not know what you playing. It's nice to know what you actually playing. Alright, it's nice to know exactly what you're playing because it makes your life a little easier to be able to take the idea of chords that you would know what it's called. Like, there's no reason for none of us to have to be like asking somebody, man, what's that chord you playing, dog? You asking the homie, hey, yo, dog, what is that chord you playing? Yo, what is that? And some musicians out there who've been playing for years, they don't even know. They could be even playing for years, and they also are favorite musicians, but they don't even know what chords they're playing. They just playing chords because it sounds pretty. Don't get me wrong. I like to play pretty chords too. All right. I like to play all these dope chords. We call it dope chords. I want to know what I'm playing. What is this I'm playing right now? Yes, I already know what it is. It's the 13 sus 13 sus chord, F sharp. Yeah, it's the preacher chord. Can I get it? Where is it? Yeah, I know what chord I'm playing. We all need to know what we're doing. And yes, these chords are also in the book, the 13 sus chord, which probably should take me to, I believe, the next chapter. I believe 20 something. Let's see here, 20. 23. We should know. We need to know what we plan. It's one thing. It's one thing plan, but it's another thing to know what you actually plan because it makes it easier for you to take that chord and go up to the next key and I'm in G now. Can I get a witness? Back to F sharp. 5, 5, 6, 5, 1. Now I know my number system because that also helped too. Knowing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That also helps knowing the number system and then knowing your chords. Because once somebody says, well, shoot, I'm going to hit me on the one, you got to know which one they're going to do. But, 5, 6, 1. I was like, man, I ain't know what nobody talking about. What y'all talking about, 5, 6, 1? Like, what do you mean, C sharp, D sharp, and F sharp? What y'all talking about? Y'all gotta speak language to me, like note language. What is that? But once you learn the number system behind the notes, one is F sharp or G flat, A flat or F or G. I'm sorry, G flat, F sharp, G flat 1. Then I know, okay, all right. And somebody said we in F sharp or G flat, I know that's the one. Somebody's telling me we're going to the 2 in that key. We're going to play either A flat, depending if we're going to say we're in a flat key or the sharp key. Then I know that okay, my 2 is going to be either the A flat chord or a G sharp chord too, because we're talking sharp now. And I know we're going to the 3, which is B flat. Depending on the key signature name, we're going to say we in flat, then it's B flat. But if we say sharp, then it will be considered as what? A sharp. And my 4, I already know it's going to be my B natural. Or if we say we in the flat key, then I have to call it C flat. That's stuff we got to learn. Not that I wanted to, not that I even cared to, but I realized it's very helpful to know where you're going. And your 5 is C sharp or D flat, depending on this key signature you call it. And then my 6 is E flat or D sharp. All right. And my number 7 is F. I don't think you can get, well, you could actually call this F sharp, G flat, down to F. Or if you were going to E, it will be E sharp, because to the right is sharp. So you could be F natural or E sharp. And then of course you're back to the 1. So I'm like, oh, this is what they doing. 5, 6, 5, 1. Oh! Okay, then if you go up to the next key to G, 5, 5, 6, 5, 1, 5, 6, 5, 1, 5, 6, 5, 1, 5, 6, 5, 1. I already know the chord because I just transpose up. And then here's the cool thing about it, I'm playing 2 different major chords at the same time, an E major chord and a B major chord. Moving forward, I already know half step up is from E to what? To F. And from B to who? C. What? What? And of course, A flat. We move up. What's the next chord up in the right hand? D flat. Alright, and then what's up in the left hand? F sharp and G flat. Now we in A flat, or whatever key you want to say, G sharp. Put me in G sharp, you already know. You already know what the 2 mixed chords are. The 2 major chords is F sharp or C sharp or G flat or D flat. But at the end of the day, that chord is a 13 sus chord all day long. And we can play with this all day long. Transpose, 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 transpose. Now we're in F. I'm not making the chord fat, but I'm just making the chord inside. Ooh, Lord. Now we go down to E. What? And as long as I know how my scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So I know 6, 5, 6, 5, 1. Can I get a win? Until we get dirty. Now I'm in E flat. Then we go to D. And I already understood this. In matter of fact, every chord that I'm talking about that I just play right now is also in chapter. Let's look at what chapter, because I haven't forgotten. Let me see. Is it 9? Oh, hold on. Let's go back. Let me see. No, is it not? I think it's 9, I think. Let me see. That's chapter 8. Let's see, is it chapter 9? Oh, nope, that's the mind. Okay, that's 10. Chapter 10? Nope. Let's see, what chapter is that gonna fall in under? That's the major act 2s and our major 9. What chapter that fall in? I forgot now. We gonna find it. I don't know which chapter. 13, 9. Hold on, what chapter is that supposed to be in? It's in my new book. I just forgot what chapter it's under. Hold on. Thought it was chapter. Hold on. It might be chapter 2, 3. Okay, chapter 4. Okay, chapter 5. Chapter 5. Okay, I was off. Chapter 5. We got, and I do this in more than one approach, because the major chords you can do them differently. Let me see what we was doing. The one that was on the F sharp. That will be chapter 5. Let's go over here to chapter 20, page 25. That's this voice in here. All right, hold on. I'm in the wrong key. F sharp. There it is right there. So there's more than one way to approach that voicing. Right? Okay. I'll also approach those from the major 7 point of view, and of course our major chord. So earlier you heard me talk about F sharp mixed with another chord, right? Okay. Now here I switch over and give you the major 7th version. The second version of the major 7th version and the major chord. You see the difference? All right. Versus me F sharp and D flat. Still the same chord, but now I'm giving you the major 7 voicing. The same thing when you're transposing down. Right, so I give you those voicings as well. And that's over here chapter number 5 in edition number 2. And then we go over to where's my first book go? Where's my other book? Well, oh, right here. And then I give it to you over here in chapter 9, the very first dope chord in chapter 9. And then we do it over here in the voicing that you just heard me playing just now. And that's over here chapter 9. So once you get these chords underneath y'all fingertips, it's a wrap. So go over there to Amazon, all right, and I practice these in all 12 keys. And I do them a lot. You can go high as you want to, or as low as you want to take. Good. Right, so I practice them in all 12 keys, right? But you're gonna hear this a lot. I try to put relevant chords in the book so that way, you know. Anyway, let's get back to my little thing. In the book. In the book, diminished 7. In the book, chapter 3. Chapter 3, y'all. Alright, chapter 3. Every chord in the book. Diminished 7. Right, and that's that major 7, sharp 5, flat 5, sharp 5. And remember, it is more than one way to approach the bass line. I mentioned that earlier. Now we go to A, do it. Alright, now the name of the chord changes based upon the bass line, but this is also Is this in my new book? Let me see here, because I believe I put this also in the new book as well. But this is over here, chapter number. I always get it wrong. I think it's 16. Let me see. Is it 16 or 17? One time, let me see. Am I right? Did I nail it right? Ah, I'm nailed it wrong. I gotta memorize where these chords are gonna fall in. So it's 12? Nope. Hold on. Or is it the before? I forget what. Hold on. 12, 13, minus 7. That's 14. 14. I was near and dear, close to it. But yes, this is in chapter 14. All right, page 57 and 59. All right, and let me see. And this is where I say, now I didn't do the bass line in this particular project. I was going to fit them in my second book, but I started thinking, yeah, I need to give you guys some other types of chords with the bass line. But just so you know, you can change the bass line, and that changes the name of the chord. But basically, what you're really playing without the bass line is your major 7 with the flat 5, sharp 5. But with that bass, that makes you. You know what? I lied. It's in a new book. I lied. I just thought about it. This turns it. This turns this chord with the bass line. It changes this voicing to a 7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Alright, I just remember. And that's chapter number 8. I lied. It's over here. Chapter 8. But now, and I use the word but because in this one here I'm using the idea of the 7/4 chords versus the actual. You know what? Let me flip the script, okay? Because that makes me think of another idea. But this also can turn this into what we call the 9 chord, and that's over here. And I just flashed right by it. And I call it the 9 chord. I was almost about to call it the dominant chord per se. Depends on how you look at it, and how you actually play the voicings. But I'll be calling it the 9 the dominant chord. But again, because of the bass line, and you heard Young G, I forgot his name, what is his name, Terrence Jules, you hear him doing his voicing. The bass line is on the A, right? So it's like you're playing the A7 with the sharp 9, sharp 5, but in a different version. And as I said before, that was what my intention was, to try to get these do chords in the book, because I understood that, okay, we gonna be doing some different bass lines. And you can go to E flat. So just keep that in mind, that when you hear these voices, and I said, okay, alright, yeah. But so, and then you change the bass line. Now let me do something right quick. Let me pop this keyboard on right quick, because I thought that my brain said that would have been a 7 sharp 9 sharp 5 chord, but let me verify that, because I could have missed the mark. So let me come over here to the keyboard for a sec, and let me verify that I am either wrong or I'm either right, because it depends on that bass line in changing the chord. So let's see if we can switch over here to the keyboard. And voila, we over here in keys, because I tried to transpose stuff and change bass lines, try to get the name correct, and I believe I did attempt to put that in my new book with the bass line. with the changing of the bass line. And if some musician ends up playing this voicings of chords, believe me, trust me, y'all already know I ain't the one who be copycat nobody. I just sit here in my musical room, uh, and play chords. And whatever I discover, then that's what I discover, and that's what it's gonna be. All right, I haven't been on the keyboard in a minute, so give me a minute to get my life together. My wife has been in here messing around with stuff, so let me see what she done messed up. All right, got to get some volume. Let's go get some volume. My wife was in here doing stuff for a service, so she done messed up some stuff. Let me see, is that MKS? That's MKS. Where's the keyboard? That's keyboard. Mix. That's MKS. Okay, where's keyboard? See if I hear myself. Keyboards, I feel it's funny because I spent so much time on the keyboard. I felt like I was about to be professional at some point. Now I haven't been on the keyboard for a couple weeks, and now I feel like a trash. Well, I'm trash on keys anyway. All right, so let's see. Let's look at what this chord is actually. Knock me out again. What's my passcode? Ooh, let me back in. Ha ha. So, all right, let's get Cordy back up because Cordy got kicked out. I think the power went out a couple of days ago, so we got to get Cordy back on board. Every time I do this, it keeps changing my channels, and I hate when they do that. And they didn't used to do this before. All right, so let me see here. Let's get Cordy straightened out. Drop that. I don't need that. Now let's see what we got. Let's see. So we know this is the major 7 with the flat 5. Hold on. Oh, I gotta turn on. Gotta turn on the JV10. I forgot. JV10 is the one that's gonna give us the MKS. I mean the JV10 is the one that's doing MIDI. It's the one that's doing the MIDI. I forgot. Alright, so let's see. Alright, what line do I got this one on? Alright, so with the bass line, or without bass line, we already know our stop this in the book. Major 7 flat 5, sharp 5. Where you transpose it. High, far, high, how you want to go with it. You want to start here, that's fine too. Remember, it's your tritone. same tritone but lower. We just started it here. And then the voice of the chord is E flat. And we're using the second inversion. So I use the second inversion at the top. B. Because of the lower note B. Alright? The lower note B. And so that's how it will sound down here. And our chord is the second version of the chords that we were playing, which is the major chord triad. E flat, D, D flat, C, D, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F. Alright, and we transpose of those chords, right? I think that's 12 keys already. And E, and then back to E flat. That would have maybe down here. So I'm starting it here. Now let's see what it would be if we did it on E flat bass line. Alright, so I had the chord name wrong. So this was a minor 7, minor 11 with a flat 5. I should have known that, duh. Because here it is in short version. And we play this all the time, so I had the chord name wrong. So with the bass line, this would have been a F minor 11 with a flat 5. That is actually in my book. That is under chapter number 17. Get the book. Yep, it's chapter 17. I also believe I actually did it in another version in the new book, if my memory serves me correctly. But for sure, in edition number 1, I did it in the short version. But just remember, you can do your inversion of your tritone. You have the B tritone, and all you did was took your F note and put it on the bottom. All you did was put your B note on the bottom. At the end of the day, because you're playing E flat major chord, doesn't matter what position the E flat major chord is in, whether it's in the first inversion or the root or the second inversion. And it doesn't matter if you push up on the board or up an octave higher, it's going to be the same scenario. Alright, so now I have to make clarity on the name of the chord that we're playing. Is this the 11 minor 9? 11 minor. I'm sorry. Minor 11 with a flat 5. Right? Let me turn down this. But there it is. It's the minor 11 flat 5, and that is chapter number 17. Because 18 is when we get into the clusters, the minor seconds, the major seconds, the minor third, and the major third, the fourth tritone, and so I almost memorizing my book because I wrote it, but the perfect fifth, minor 6, major 6, minor 7, major 7. All right, and so we get into that in chapter number 18. So, now that you guys know that we're playing the minor 11 with the flat 5. Because we're playing the E flat chord. Now remember, you transpose that. It's the same situation. If you hear this voicing, I promise you, you're going to hear this from a musician. Don't make me do it. Lord have mercy. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Y'all remember David Jackson did that little thing, right? Let me see. Where would I want to start that at? Let me see. Show me some chords, bruh. Let me see. Where we want to start that at? I want to start it from the very beginning. Not that if I have to. Let me see. Maybe we could start it here. Glory to God. We give glory to God. But let me see. Yeah, I guess we can start it there. Glory da bottom. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it is. What? Yep. So that is that minor 11 with the flat 5. And because of the lower finger and the right hand is going to play the F sharp voicing. So, yeah. and again, it's the invert. You know, once you start playing these chords, right? You already know. Right? You already know when you transpose these, right? It's the F sharp minor 11, minor 11 flat 5, transpose back. On the bottom, right? So it's F minor 11 flat 5, right? And you can keep on going. E flat minor 11 flat 5. Right? E flat minor 11 flat 5. D minor 11 flat 5. Listen, y'all. Every one of these chords are like that I'm playing. That they're like, if you think about preaching chords, they're the 5 in whatever the key you want to do them in. So I can do this in the 5 and A flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, let me see. Right. D flat minor 11 flat 5. Now, what happens is if I'm doing this power chord almost, that's gonna change the name of the voice and the chord I'm doing because of me playing this voicing. Makes me play let me see, B major 7 because that's dominating there, so to speak. Now, let's take that off for a second. If I do this, it's just a B major chord with an E flat on the top or the bottom, however you want to look at it. But as soon as I do that, okay, move back to the B major 7 chord. Now, with the tritone, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would change the whole scenario. Anyway, so that's C sharp. Now you see what I'm saying? So I had the B there first, B flat, and then we went up here and did that. It's just a B flat major 7 chord, but let's hit that C sharp or D flat. Okay, so now that makes me play a B major 9. Now I want to do the tritone with it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I want to do the tritone. I think my tritone will be. There it is, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's do it with that voicing right there. Right. Now, because of the bass line changed the whole gear or the whole scenario, we still end up with the D flat minor 11 flat 5, but because we went to the bass line and hit that 5 in A flat, or it could be the 3 in B. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, we can use the same chords from one key to the other. If you understood the number system, you can play the same chord in B, which is the 3. 1, 2, 3, and A flat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that changed the name of the chord we're playing now. Okay. That now drives me over to the other chord that I was saying in I believe it's chapter number when I said chapter 8. Because now that makes you play the 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Because of the bass line. E flat, 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. What? Yes. You'll hear a lot of that. And I'm sure most of us will hear it. You may hear it done with the minor move. Now this is with the major move. With the tritone. I'm not trying to be technical with it, but you may hear this done in so many different ways. Now, the other voicing, it's the same chord. I'm now adding some more extra note. Now, I'm dressing it up some more. So now we have the E flat sharp 9 with a flat 13, add 5. Now I'm going to do the C sharp here, but it's already here. But I like to give it, or if my thumb can do both of them. It's still the same chord no matter what I do. E flat 7 sharp 9 with a flat 13, add 5. Still me doing this in a sense, the minor 11 flat 5, but because of we hitting that bass line, it's the E flat 7 sharp 9 sharp 5, and then I gave you the 13 by accident. Oops. See, so now when I did this, now we're giving myself the minor 11 flat 5. What? Oh, wow. And every time I add a note somewhere, okay, to try this, that's just being flavorful. It's just me doubling up there. What if I go, F sharp minor 7 with the 13. But every time you play the keyboard, every time I go to the keyboard, I'm doing something. I'm like, okay. I'm always being creative with the sound. But anyway, so just so you know, y'all, it's just the minor 11 with flat 5. But I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Right? 2 days. There it is. Right? So that's that C7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Now, you may hear people doing it. Half stepping back to 7. Half step back to 7. Half step back to 7. Half step back to 7. And that's why y'all hear this passing movement, but it's the 7 they're doing. And make sure you got time enough to get to that, your target chord, which is your 7 chord. You have this one, the 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, and then you also have I'm playing the minor chord this time, secret sauce chord, and then the minor chord. And that just may have you playing the C7 with the flat C7 flat 9 flat. I say that. I always get it backwards. Sharp 9 flat 5, because remember, sharp 5, sharp 9, right? So this time we're gonna flat the 5. Either way, you could do the same thing. And if I transpose down, and I can give you that voice, or I can give you the other one. Y'all notice the difference? So I'm using the C7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Also, I can give you the C7 sharp 9 flat 5. And you may have heard people doing it. or both of them. Now let's go back to the chord I was trying to tell y'all earlier. If you was on E flat, it's the same chord I just played 2 seconds ago, but this time you hear me carrying the bass line. I'm just voicing it up here at the top. Instead of me playing the B here, which is the root, I'm now using the second inversion now. Oh, yeah, because I'm using the second inversion now. And other part of this is I'm using a G tritone versus the C sharp tritone. Oh, now you hear that A chord? Now that goes into a whole nother chord. I believe I put this in the book too, which is the A9 with the sharp 11. Actually A9 13 sharp 11. I can't remember what chapter that is in, but I believe that is in my second book. What? And remember, I can do the inversion. Because now I understand I'm changing the bass line. I'm adding a little note to the madness, so to speak. And that just makes me play that A major 9. Remember I said that drop move, and I was on my way heading there, but I was just trying to use the idea from this voicing first. Going to E flat. So we can establish the fact that we're playing a 7 sharp 9 sharp 5. But we're using the bass line, but doing inversions of the chord that I'm trying to go to. Now let's change the bass line to A. We just did it a minute ago. And play the same chord. Now we playing the A9 13 sharp 11. So that changes the chord. Now the other chord, and even if I was transposing, that chord you heard me doing earlier. Okay. Then I find the bass line that's conducive to what I'm doing, which will probably be more than likely either an E bass line or B flat bass line. And sure enough, as I said, transposing from, remember that A9 13 sharp 11. So now this is what is it now? E. Woo. And remember, I could do inversions of the major chord. Root or second inversion. People talk about placement or whatever. So at the end of the day, alright, so that's the 9, 13 sharp 11. What? That's dope. All day. Alright, so now we have the two different movements from the E, let's go back to that first chord. Right? So we have the two, which is the 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, right? And then we switch the bass line to A. Play the same chord. Okay. So now, because we switched the bass line from E flat to A, now it's an A9 13 sharp 11. Moving forward, when you're transposing this down, you know, whether you're starting with E flat, at the end of the day, I understood. Now, changing the bass line, starting with A now. All I did was change the bass line. So that let me know that now we can do a 7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Or we can do it A9 13 sharp 11 because we're switching between the two bass lines. Right? Keep that in mind. Now, what if we was playing the secret sauce chord? Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay. And did the same thing. Alright. Remember I told y'all about the 9 chord? Yeah. And I forgot what chapter I said that was in. 20 something. chapter 20 something in the new book. That's what bring me to that voicing, of course, because now we're using the E flat. Same thing, I'm doing the same thing, but this time I'm playing the 7/4 chord. That gives us, I call it the dominant chord. All right. So if we was playing E flat, okay, right, the dominant chord, right. Hold up. What is it? Wait a minute, my brain went this deep. Which one is it? There it is. So now that's an E flat 7. Remember from earlier. Now I understood the 9 got to be my 2. So E flat 9, E flat 7, 9, right? But the more I keep messing with this in the scale, I'm gonna end up creating that same chord that I just played a minute ago. Right? Because what happens is you're gonna play the E flat chord, you got the dominant chord. And it depends on where you want to put it. So there's that E flat 9 right there. And y'all know what's fit to happen. You hear it on the bottom. Guess what I'm gonna do now? E flat 9. I just did it a minute ago, right? And you already know it's already on the bottom. It's going on the top. Oh my goodness, for real? Yes. E flat 9. It can be done in so many different voicings. Now you heard me doing with the tritone. All I had to do was take off the B flat, and I got my tritone. E flat 9 all day. Now all I have to do is take off my bottom E flat, and now it's dropping it down here. Oh, you see how I built that? What? Yes. That's interesting. All right. So now that we know that's it's a, I call it the dominant chord, but it's a E flat 9 chord. I actually put that in the book. I forget what chapter it is in, but it's in the new book. Now let's go to A with it. That's sick. And we go to A with it. Remember, I can still build that same chord I did earlier. So now we have an A7, right? With the flat 9, flat 5, flat 13. I can build these chords all day. Alright? And you can make them wherever you want to put the voicings at. Now this time I'm using the secret sauce chord, but what if I use the major chord? What? We back to the A9, 13, sharp 11 voicing. And if I go to E flat. Now, we're back to the other chord, but guess what? We have that E flat 7 with a flat 9, flat 13. I'm sorry, sharp 9, flat 13 at 5. I gotta stop this crazy foolishness because, yeah, it's fun to do, but then I'm like, man, I better Photoshop this and create these chords and put them in the book. It's already in the book, y'all. I already did it. It's done. All this is done already. It's in my master book. Also, I already pushed it over into my digital book, which I'm in the process of doing. Alright, so now that we know what that chord is, you know, the A9, okay, 13, sharp 11 with the bass line, switching over to an E flat, sharp 9, sharp 5. And so when you hear somebody doing this stuff, you're gonna be like, because that's what they're doing actually. And you're transposing. Depends on where you started. It depends on where you started at. Now here's another thing you can do with the tritone, with that same tritone, and I'm playing that secret sauce chord too. It's the G minor, I don't want to say, yeah, the G minor 7 with the flat 5, flat 13. And we hear this all the time. So and you can play around with these voices. That's also what chapters that would fall under. I forget, that's in the first book, and I can't remember what chapter I dropped that in, but it's in the very first book, my first edition book, that I dropped the minor 7 with the flat 5, flat 13, and the actually partial of it. Actually, I do the, when I say partial, the smaller version of it. Without the flat 13. So somebody playing this stuff, I already know, okay, I know what they doing. Nobody can say I'm stealing their chords or stealing their moves or whatever, because that wouldn't be true, because of the fact that yours truly, I sits in here and I practice this stuff, and it was by mistake that I actually learned to do it. Oops, or come across it and figure, okay, let me go on and do what I got to do. All right. Another one too, by accident. Now, this is completely, yeah. This is okay. This caught me by surprise. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. This is the accident, bro. All right. So this is another one. This is a major 9 with the sus4. Now, I don't know if you really hear musicians doing this, but yeah. At 166, that's pretty fast, but I think most of these are rocking about 155. how to play sets and stuff like that. But yeah, so you hear that minor 7 flat 5, flat 13, and then you go here be messing around with the major 9 with the sus4. That caught me by off guard right there. Bring that voice down here. Sounds better up here. And then I bring you back to the minor 7 flat 5, flat 9, flat 5, flat 13. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? So now I had another one I actually didn't do. Nope. What was it? Nope. Let me see. Let me see. You could do this major 7 flat 5. And what's the other one? Was an accident. Can I find it? Nope. Nope. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yeah. Now this is this right here one will catch you off guard because I didn't see that one coming. That one for sure, right? Minor 7 flat 5, minor 7 flat 5, flat 13, right? Then your major 7 flat 5. Hold up. Oh, I missed it. Where is it? Yeah, major 7 flat 5 there. But this one right here, hold on. Let me find it again. I lost it. Let me see. No, it's not. I lost it. Hold on. Oh man, Lord have mercy. I hate when I do that. Let's see. I lost it. Let me see. Turn this off. That, let me see. No, let me see. I lost it now. I should have transcribed that. Hold on. Nope, not that one. I think it's this one here. This is the one that caught me off guard. So basically I'm playing like a major chord with the tritone. So now we also could do the major 7 flat 5 sharp 5 too. But I hit you with this other tritone. Transposed in the major. This is a minor 7 sharp 11. Now the other one, here it is right. Cordy cannot get this. Cordy doesn't know what to call this because it's like he got this. Cordy can't get that one. That was an accident, so y'all can still have one. But I was like, what? Cause what happened was I was doing it. Oh, here you go. I found it. I finally found it. That's the one I was looking for. It's just a diminished smooth. Doing the diminished smooth, that was the one. The other one was an accident. I don't know when I find that again. Nope. I've lost it again. I think that's it. Another one. No, this one's here too. There's two of them I'm doing. And then the other one. Cordy can't figure out this one. But Cordy can get this one, I think. That's minor 7 flat 5. And then this one's more like you playing like a tritone using your perfect fourth. Now let's go to the other one. I lost it again. No. Here it is right here. Alright, so anyways, chords fun to learn once you learn them. That's why I created the book so that we can learn how to play this stuff. But getting into like learning stones or learning moves or whatever, now that I get these chords, all these chords in my spirit, most of them. Some stuff will be more complex to learn. But let's just say if I was trying to learn this song, I will probably do it in my own way.
There are times when, in my own worship space,
speed it up a little bit.
There's nobody like you, Lord. Nobody
E flat.
like you, Lord.
C minor.
And we're crying, oh, oh.
A flat.
Nobody like you, Lord.
E flat.
So the song says, no.
B flat.
Say oh.
5, 4, 1.
Nobody like it.
5.
We freely worship. That's it. There's nobody like it. Nobody. Say
some point I play my own thing. Cause I know I'm going to the 6. To the 4. There's nobody like you. To the 1. To the 5. Now I want to do my thing. Pass the move before I go to the 4. Could have pass the move. And you do your scales or whatever you want to do. Right. So now, if I understand, I'm going to the 6, then to the 4. Take me to the 1. Take me to the 5. Now I'm on the 9-11. Told you them chords again. I told you. I can play around with the voicings. I can play around with the voicings. Pass moves. I was gonna do a pass move. To B flat or sus. Or another 5. Now I can do C minor 9. Different route. That chromatic move. Chords I played earlier. That E flat 9, 13. In the beginning, you know, I may start out with the C minor 7 or C minor, chapter 3. Oh, chapter 2. There's no. Or we can go to the new book and add the 2 to the chords, right? So we can go and do the minor 7 or the minor, regular minor, which is in my very first book. That's all I'm doing, using the chords in the book. A flat, chapter 2. E flat, chapter 2. And B flat, chapter 2. Once I learned the pattern of the song, first of all I had to listen to the song, right? And once I found out, okay, she go and be quiet, 5, 6, we in E flat, so I established the key. Once I established the key, now I know what I can do with it. You know, Nashville system says E flat 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, back to the 1. So now I know I can go and be following the melody line. And immediately my fingers are going to go to the minor in the left hand. And requad, right? And that was 5, 6, 1, 5, 6, 1, and then 2, 3, 6, 4, 4, 4, 3. As you see my fingers moving to the bass line, because I understand, oh, you're going 6, 4, 1, right? And my right finger is doing the melody line. 3, 3, 3, 2. Maybe go to B flat. And require back to it. C minor. Now I understood the chord because I just told y'all major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, back to the 1. So I understand I can do my melody. You can do all the slower as you want. How you want it? And we cry and oh. Do all your slurs if you want it. Or keep it straight. And we cry 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to the 4 bass line, which is A flat, because the natural system told me where to go. E flat told me where to go. 1. 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. Told me to go to B flat. Oh, because the Nashville system gave me the clue on where to go. My Nashville system, my system is gonna give you the other extra chords that the Nashville system does not give you. So we can learn any song just about, okay, not every song you can do this with because there's only certain specific type of songs you can pull this off. But this is just kind of more what we call a guideline. Some people say they don't like teaching this because then you get stuck trying to figure out, oh my God, that doesn't work for this type of song. This is not going to work for that type of song. It's not going to work for this song. And they actually technically correct. But this will give you just the outline of, or we call it the skeleton of the song. Anyway, so every cry, there's nobody like you, and they say the melody line is supposed to be the one that's going to help you go to what chord you're supposed to play. But my ears detect bass line before I even, as I'm doing the melody, if I hear this person singing, my brain is automatic. My brain is automatically going to bass line. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really even trip off of the melody line per se, actually, because my brain auto hears where we going. I love you, Lord. See, my brain auto go, I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Today. It brings me back. My brain, even though I know the melody line, but my brain thinks bass line. I don't know why, but it just do that. I don't know if I'm the only one out here that does that. Only musicians to think that way, but even if I heard the voicing of how the song might go, but my brain will auto go to that bass line. I don't know why. It just do it. It just do it. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. To me, it just makes sense. Today, pass and move, then that's a whole nother ball game. Because you care for me in such a special way. That's how my brains think. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Today. My brain, and then the rest of it is just history when it comes down to pass and move. You just become creative on your own. Because you care for me in a special way. My brain just think that way. I don't know why, but it just do it. That's why my heart 2, 3, 4, 5. My brain is here. 2 to 7, 3, 6. That's how my brain think of it. When I hear the voicing part of it, my brain just go auto to the bass line for whatever reason. So then now I just build from it. I love it all. My hand just go to it. Remember that my little move. I told you all them chords I were playing. All this. Y'all heard it earlier. My fingers are auto. I don't know. My brain's auto go to the bass line. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I get it right. Hopefully I get it right. But that's what I do with this song. Later on, I start trying to put together. Now when comes the idea. Or they come at it. Because now I'm grabbing other ideas I said earlier from the book to dress the song up. Oh, keep it straight. There's nobody like you though. There's nobody like you though. Next time around, pass move. Okay. Oh, I did a pass and move to the 1. I could have went 3 up to the 4. Walk up. Little pass move. People say creep melody line, but what? Alright, to the 5 and start up. Oh, I'm making this up as I go. You know, remember this chord? Sometimes I might have to skip the 5. Sometimes I might have to skip the 1 and make sure I make my way back to the 6. I'm not dope like some of you guys out there. Y'all got some dope stuff. You guys out there dope with that stuff. But anyway, Um, I might play around with oh. There's nobody like you, Lord. There's nobody. You know what I'm saying? Oh. There's nobody like you. I ain't on the pro level, but I heard musicians say this. I used to say it all the time. You could grab stuff from somewhere else and drop it in your moves and sound pretty with it. As long as you know how to do what you do. Oh, there. I can do whatever you want to do. There's nobody like you, though. There's nobody. You do all what you want to do. At the end of the day, you make up whatever you want to do. You know, 6ix9ine. Whatever you want to do, you know. Whatever you want to play, at the end of the day, is your style, how you want to get at it. You know. So whatever your style is, whatever you create, as your style. At the end of the day, I'm using chords. I can go. That don't make no doggone sense. You did that song like that. Why you dog that song out? Oh, see, and we cry. Oh. Cause I'm thinking of the idea. Think of the ideas how I could do. Before I get to my target, go. How many chords did I get there? I'm trying to think of ideas of what chords I can use. E flat, B flat, maybe diminished. Diminished move. Get to my target. I'm trying to think of ideas that I can use to get to the target chord. So I'm not playing the song the same direction over and over again. I'm trying to come with a different route because, I'm not saying it's not good to play the same thing, but it can be boring at some point. It can become boring at some point. It can be boring. Change it up. up sometimes. Come a different route. Change it up a little bit. Okay, I'm coming back to normal again. I'm coming back home now. Calm down. Do it again. I'm getting bored now. Come with something else. I forgot one. My bad. You know what I'm saying? What? Ah! Do your thing. You do whatever you want to do. And you pick all kind of crazy ways of doing stuff, but anyway, I don't know how to play keyboard, y'all. I'm not a keyboard player. But I'll be coming with some ideas. Yeah. If I'm doing thinking about organ now. I'm thinking about organ. Hold on. I'm thinking about if I was on the organ doing it. I missed it. I'm thinking like that. I should be a keyboard player, y'all. Yeah. Or I forgot what I just said. Hold on. Nope. Nope. Or every chord I'm playing is in the book, so I'm just thinking of those ideas of minor nines and there's other crazy. That's the minor nine with flat five. Or actually, you almost say I wanted to play the major seven or major nine with the flat five actually. So this is a major nine with the flat five. What I did. E flat. E flat major. Watch this though. Let's go. E flat major 9 with the flat 5. Funny to do that. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do a quick right. Somebody asked me in my job, just said, "Hey, yo, I heard you play the keyboard. Why don't you come and play for us for this Christmas carol?" So I'm like, I don't do that stuff. I actually said I'm not even a keyboard player, which I'm not. But I can play chords. And this is how I transcribe chords by just sitting here at the keyboard. C minor 9 11 and E flat major 9 with the flat 5. But because I'm holding that pedal, this makes me play a C minor 6 9 flat 5. I'm sorry, C 6 9 11. My bad. Duh. So, I think what I was trying to say earlier, you don't have to always play the exact how other people do it. In the beginning, so you know, if you're playing with a phrase of words routine, then you know you want to make sure you give them that chord that they, so they won't be no clash. In the beginning, and I'm using the scale. So if I'm in a C scale, I'm using that minor move. That's gonna be off. So you're going 1, 2, flat third, 4, 5, flat 7, back to that 1. If I don't go back to the 1, I might go to the 9 or the 2. Because that allowed me to go to remember that G minor chord? Remember it was it's Lord have mercy, y'all. And E flat was the 3. So I said, alright, right? Even though the song is in E flat. And I start thinking, okay. This makes me play the major 9. I told you, let's see, A flat is related to C minor. C minor is related to who? E flat. E flat related to G minor. And B flat. Oh. So you hear me doing those voicing. That's why with the minor. Then we go to A flat, right? Right. Then we go to E flat. Of course, and then we're going to B flat. Right now, yeah, so it's like 1, 2. If I'm thinking C, but we thinking E flat, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 3. Let me see what I'm doing. 5. I'm sorry, 5. I think I'm going 5, 6, 2. No, 5. I'm sorry, 3, 5. And that takes me to the A flat. I think that's how I did it. And re-cry. Because I'm using the scale C scale, but technically it's E flat scale because you're sharing some of the notes in the C scale. So basically sharing the 1, the 2, and the 4, and the 5, and that scale, a C scale. But because I'm using E flat, the scale notes in E flat is C and D and F and G. The same note. C scale is the 1, the 2, and the 4, and the 5. That's because my brain was thinking the C scale, but E flat scale is now the 6, the 7, the 2, and the 3, and then the flat 7 or the 5. I'm sorry. And I think I jumped to the 2. I'm sorry, the 7. Back to the 3. 5, 6. By this time, I'm already on the 4. Then I might roll back, like I'm doing the scale. It take me to E flat. And I may do that run back up with the E scale. B flat. Now I'm going to B flat with that when I go to A. What? Even though I started it in the E scale, but I rolled off from the E scale into the B scale. Because here it goes. Starts here. The same notes. B flat, C, D, E flat. Same note. F, G. And the only thing was different was A, which is the same note in the C scale. Was the A is in 6, but in B flat is the 7. And then now it takes me to the B flat chord. So now I can play around with this all day. Let's do the same thing and play around with that, you know, to B flat. And make my way back to that C minor mood. Because because I understand the scale notes are the same, some of the same shared notes in D flat, E flat, and C, and also D flat, A flat. They share some of the same notes, so I can hit these same notes all day. If I go to another scale like F sharp or G flat, there's some of the notes in that scale that I can also use too. That sounds weird, huh? And be quiet, right? Watch it. And be quiet. Oh. That goes to make somebody get up out their seat, say, this Negro is doing something crazy that he ain't got no business doing. And be quiet. Oh. Oh. See, I made my way back. Right? And be quiet. Oh. Y'all know that would be wrong. That'd be the devil in that. Here we go. Here we go. Here. And be quiet. Oh. Wrong note. That would be so wrong. And be quiet. Oh. Do that on purpose. And be quiet. And be quiet. Oh. Now, if I did that, then I know what I'm doing. I'm just playing around with it. But anyway, it was the wrong note. But on purpose. And be quiet. Oh. But I got a plan. I had a plan. I had a plan behind that. Now that worked out. Somebody say follow the melody line. Yeah, right. Y'all know that's the devil in that. And be quiet. Oh. Y'all know the devil is a lie. And be quiet. Oh. Messing that whole song up. Y'all know the devil is a lie. But I had a plan behind that, and it was an accident. It was a plan behind the man. Y'all know that's the devil in that. You play that in church, they're gonna pray for you for sure. I promise you, my wife is gonna be looking at me like, brother. Play all the wrong notes. And be quiet. Yeah, play all the wrong notes. But you never know what you might discover. Every cry, oh, every cry, oh. You might find something funny though. I'm sorry. I just had to have fun with that, but that was fun. But I just use that song as an example, but you know, that that was just like you gotta know chords. That's my whole actually point of this is you gotta know chords. I'll probably gonna get a YouTube strike for this song. I ain't gonna do it. Let me see, cause they gave me a YouTube strike. Not for this one I'm doing now, but you gotta be creative sometimes. Basic chord. He's doing F minor add 2. It's in my book. F minor add 2. E diminished 7. I think he's going A flat add 2. Or he can go major 7. Or I'll probably say A flat add 2. A flat add 2. E flat diminished 7. 4 chords. 2. Second chord. Third chord. Fourth chord. Bass line. We're in A flat. So it's starting on the 6th. 1, 7. 1. Back to the 6. 2. I can't do 2 hands, 3 hands. I ain't got but 2 hands to pull this off. But it's F minor add 2 without the bass line for the most part. E diminished 7. A flat add 2. E flat diminished 7. And B flat minor 9. Technically, D flat major 7. Without the bass line. Or without me adding that B flat is my bass line in the hand. So B flat minor 9. Every chord I played is in the very first book. And the second book. have minor add 2, second book. Diminished 7 in the first book. Major add 2 in the second book. Diminished 7 in the first book. Minor 9 in the first book and the second book. Up. Bass line down. F add 2. Diminished still remain the same, but instead of being E diminished 7, it's G because of the bass line walk up. A flat add 2. We're gonna go back to the 6. That makes you play an F 7 with the flat 9. 2 B flat minor 9. 9/11 actually. Alright. So those are the dope chords in this move. And the swipe. I ain't professional, but I hit the swipe. It all depends if you want to start with the G or the A or the F. So I might assume he's doing it with starting with the G or tapping almost at the F. Yeah. You follow what I'm saying? So it might be swipe at the G. Right, so and sometimes I feel like I'm hearing the F or the G. Either one. You hear that if I did that. I'm thinking G, but actually F. I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. I ain't never right, but I could be wrong. Try this mouse on here. That's when he goes in the shop. And we already should know this already because, well, maybe someone was down, but it's your perfect fourth, or actually your perfect fifth in A flat, and your perfect fourth in E flat. Those two chords together, which is in chapter 18. I explained that earlier. And then he just chopping using the A flat. 5, 6, 5, and then those chords. But he's chopping it. I discovered that by accident, literally accident. I was sitting here messing around one day, and I said, man, I wonder what these cats are doing, and my finger just dropped to it. And the reason why I dropped to it was because I was thinking of sus 4. And I tried to look, and I was like, oh, that sounds too much. What's going on? So I said, let me just take off an A flat, the 4, and try. Oh, and it worked. On the first time around, on the first time around. So instead of me taking off the 5, I took off the 4. And I said, okay, that's doggone close. So that's what he's doing on there. Alright? After that first chord, after he does, then he's playing that F minor 9/11. Or you can say A flat major 7. And if the finger actually didn't hit the B flat, then it will be A flat major 9. So major 9, or like I said, A flat major 7, or F minor 9 11. But he hits at it real quick. And then because we chop it on the 2 and A flat, you chop it on the 2 after the swipe. And then we start doing that walk up. And immediately on the 2. That's when you go to 5. Chop on the 5. So you chop it on the 2, chop it on the 5. Two, 5. So you chop on the 2 and the 6. Did I say 5? If I say 5, scratch that. I say it to say 2. And then chop on the 6. Okay, that's what we're doing right there. If you know he hit and still kept the chop, but because of the bass player's carrying, or his bass album, whatever you're doing on here, is carrying the bass line. And that's how he's able to keep the chop going, because of the bass is carrying the bass line while he can still. Alright? Then you're gonna hear him doing that. Real quick, bug. Okay, that's the major 7th there, right? So we go on to B flat minor 9. We hear that a lot. Right? And then you go right back to the chop, because we where? We're going back to the 2. Chop on the 2, chop on the 6, back to the 2. And get right back to. It's kind of hard to do when I'm doing it this way, because it's hard. And get right back to it. So you gotta have the bass player, the cover, or the bass line covering it for you. Alright? And that's what you hear. And you back to the chop. Alright, back to the chop for a second. And then move right back to that move. You already know that's that without the bass line, right? Major 7 with the flat 5. E major 7 with the flat 5. But the bass line made you play that C7 sharp 9 sharp 5. And guess where you're going back to? The 2. I'm sorry. Back to the 6. And then ba 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 ba. 2. Back to the 6. And then start over. So it's pretty simple actually. Once you know that we're going to the 6, 7, 1, 6, 2, right? To the 3, to the 6. Start all over, ba da da da, without the chops. 2, 6, 2, 3. You can do now whatever you want to do. 6, all over. 6, 7, 1, 6, 2, to the 6. It's a groove actually, if you want my opinion. You know, it's like, you know. Let me see. We want to start with the. We're going to start with the 6. To the 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. It's a little groove. Just depends on when you want to start at, you know. 6, 7, 1, 6, 2, to the 6, to the 2, 3, 6, 7, 1. Y'all get the point, huh? Right? It depends on where you want to start. 6, 7, right? 1, 6, 2, to the 6, to the 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 6. And now you can also do the other way too. 6, 5 up. Let me see. To the 5. You can go that way too. 1 up to the 2. You can go that way too. Alright, as well. 6, 2, 3, 6. Again, in reverse. Now I'll change the voice in my chord. And the diminished move. See all them chords? All the chords is in the book, actually. So you can go in reverse of that. A flat. My brain really want to go to the 6, but we can go 1 up, 2, 6, to the 3, 6, to the 3, 6, 2, and then bada, bada, bada. Remember, I'm just transposing. Same secret sauce. Remember? I can do the let me see. Let me see. See. Remember, transpose. You remember I can do all. Alright, that's the 7. Sharp 9, sharp 5, transposing from. It's really the 7th movement, 7, 3, 6 movement, but the 7, 7, and C, and 7 and B, 7 and B flat, 7 and A, 7 and A flat, and you just track. Right, so you just now your left hand is playing with the major third. And you getting dirty with it. And remember, you playing the 7 sus 4 the chordal chords. The chordal chords. Gotta let the tongue roll. You're playing the chordal chord. Chordal chord. Call it jazz stuff. Right? And you're playing around with it. Or you can switch it over and play the minor chord. And you do the same thing. Actually, I like the minor move. It actually sounds so much more better. And switch up. I like the minor move. And you can play the 6/9 or 7/13. That's just you taking off the bottom, which is the bass line. You just taking the bottom up. Yeah. That's all you really do. You're still playing that minor chord, but you're just taking the bottom off. That's because you're taking the bottom off, but that's the 7/13/5. You might hear people say 7. You might hear people saying the 13/5 or whatever, but it's the 7/13/5. 7, 13, 5. Or you might hear people say the 7, 5. Or you might hear people say the 13, 5. But it's the 7, y'all. 7, 13, 5. Okay, I gotta get off of here. Alright, what time is it? 5:22. I'm going early. It's been a minute since I've been on the keyboard because I flipped over and started practicing on the organ. So I might have spent about 3 months on the keyboard, and yeah, and then I switched over to the organ. I've probably only been practicing on the organ for about maybe a month and a half, maybe 2. But some stuff I remember. Same chords, y'all. Minor 7, minor 11 with the flat 5. Major 9 or major 7. Oh, that's major 9. Then that's major 7. Okay, that's one. Alright. Is that 13? That's 7, 13. Alright. So you might hear people say 13, 5. But it's 7, 13, 5. I told you earlier. It's the same thing I was. Yeah. And switch up. You can switch over so many different ideas. Minus a flat 5, and then minus a flat 5, flat 13. And what did I just play a minute ago? Alright, so there's so many different routes you play this crazy stuff. Let me see. Same chords, y'all, over and over again. Major 7 with the flat 5. Minor 7 flat 5. That's also in my book. I forget what chapter it is in. Alright, that's the G7 sharp 5. You will hear these voices. We heard this a minute ago earlier. I said a minute ago. An hour probably earlier. That's that D flat 9, 13 sharp 11. Remember I said this earlier when we played. I forgot. What was it? This one? A9, 13 sharp 11. What? I told you. I already played these chords. I already know what's up. What's up, my bread? And then that move that we probably heard the young G play on the organ. F add 2. B flat add 2. D flat major 9. Or actually, like this. What if I had to do 2 hands? D flat major 9. Or what's the other chord? Hold on, let's see. He starts out. Let's see. What's the other chord? Wait. Hold up. Cause he's walking the pedal. So somebody was asking for these chords, but F add 2. In my new book. I forget what chapter it's in. 20 something. B flat add 2. Alright, it's in the book. Alright. D flat major 7 is in the very first book, chapter number 4. C minor 7, 11. B flat minor 9. I told you these dope chords. Y'all want these dope chords? 8, 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. I told y'all. Remember it was at. Either you're gonna go minor move, or you're gonna play the secret sauce chord, or you can play the major. Or which major? G major? Is it, wait a minute, is it F major? Or G major? No, y'all. Wait a minute, is it A? I forgot which chord I would use that on. Snap. What do I use that on? I forgot what major chord. Is it E? E flat? Okay, raise down. Raise down. Raise down. I forgot what chord I would use. D? D sharp? I think it's C. C. A7 sharp 9. I was like, wait, which one is it? Yeah, because remember, I was like, which one is it? Alright, then we have the B flat 6/9 sharp 11. Alright, so what do you start? A, F add 2, B flat add 2, D flat major 7, right? C minor 11. That's why I keep saying 9. Maybe because my finger would be hitting the 9. We're playing E flat, but we're doing on the bottom, so it makes it play a C minor 7, 11. B flat minor 9. I might even add the 11 to it. Let me see. Yeah, minor 9, 11, but it is minor 9. Remember, it's the D flat major 7 chord. But I'm just adding a 9 to it, the 2 to 9. And now we go to B flat, and it's B flat minor 9, 11. That chord is so dope, man, it's ridiculous. But it's the A7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Then I think he goes to actually D minor 9, 11. Shabaka. So we go here. D flat 9 sharp 11. And then let me see. Then we go C minor 9. Actually, let me see. Do I want to do C minor 9, 11 or C9 sus4. I was like looking at it. C9 sus4. That's in the book, the new book. Then he does this little. So you're doing it. That means my finger's gonna move down here. You hear the tritone. That's still over C. But let's say without the bass line. Without this bass line, okay, let's do this without the bass line. Can we do this without the bass line? I think we do this without the bass line. This is an F7 with a flat 5. B flat 6. B flat major 6. E diminished 7. Then you're doing this little. I'm sorry, earlier I did it earlier. B flat major 6, then B flat minor 6. Da da, then down. And that's the C7, that dominant chord. Now if I want to carry the B, E flat, let me see. I guess I won't carry it actually. Yeah, because that's going to carry it. Right? C7 with the tritone. But it's a dominant chord. So now we'll carry the bass line. Wifey calling me. Hello? Huh?
Wait a minute. Dad?
Hello? I been did that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't leave that food.
Okay. Okay. I'm about to eat something right quick. Good luck. Alright, where we at? Da-da-da. It's all over the C bass though, so that's why I said. Alright, that will be a C9 sus4. It won't make any difference because he's doing the walk back. It lets us separate the left hand. If I separate the left up here and just do it here, then that makes you play C7 sus2, then a B flat 6/9, and then your dominant chord C7. But because now we're gonna do this with the bass line. C7. Alright, let me see, I forgot the rest. Hold on. Okay, I forgot this one when you go to C sharp. My bad. That's a B 7/9. But now we do the tritone. I think I did say this earlier. D flat or C sharp, depending on the key. I think he was doing some moves in C sharp. So I don't know what key we was trying to do this in, honestly. Because of the way he was doing the moves. I almost would say we want to play around with C sharp. But then I almost would wanted to say it was an F. Because I think that's what key they was in at the time. So then he did that walk back. Right, okay. But you can use the same movement going to like you about to go to C sharp. Now it looks as if he switched the key to go back sort of to where he was at earlier in F, because that will make you go to the 6 in F. But then when he hit you with that C sharp, make you feel like you about to head back to C sharp. But then, like as if you're going to F. Because I use the same chord voicing in D flat to C sharp. I might even fool you and think I'm going to take you to E flat. I might go like this. It'll take you to E flat with that move too. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's what my brain would have said. Yeah.
Yeah, because my brain would think of or E flat. Or it depends. It really depends. But F. It depends. Because you could go wherever you want to go at that point. But anyway. Alright, then it hit. Now this is kind of crazy because he's walking down to the B. Because everything went here. A, D, C sharp, C. Alright, after he did da da da, then he do the. Then he go to D, B. But here's the thing. Now my brain hears it like this. Over B flat. But he go to B. Then to A. What? Now my brain wants to do this. B immediately to B flat. Cause you're gonna hear it. Watch this. Because of the tritone. That is the correct move, but he's doing it over D. That makes you play a B flat 6 9 11. Because he's doing it. Watch this. That makes you go into a C major 9 with the sharp 5. What? Carrying the bass line. Right? So I was like, okay. B 6 9 11. C major 9 sharp 11. And then just an E. You playing the E chord. Remember the scale? E scale. Now my brain wanted to do it this way actually. In my mind that's what sounds better. But that's what I think I hear him playing is that over D. I mean B. I already know what that chord is, okay? Well, maybe you don't because remember earlier we played the A7 with the sharp 9 sharp 5, but now because that was the minor chord, but now we're doing the diminished move. That changes the name of the chord because we off that minor move to a diminished kind of sort of speak. And that makes us play the A7 with a flat 9 sharp 5. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm feeling that. Because we fall in the bass line. Now, as I said, I want to do it over B flat. Because leaving that last chord. Here we go. I'll probably do an immediate B, drop back to B, immediately to the B flat. I'll probably do it still. I'm still gonna do it. Which is still the B 6 9 sharp 11. I mean B 6 9 11. Immediately my foot is gonna go to B flat because it's gonna be this move. So immediately, right away, I'm walking that pedal back. We're gonna do it with the B now. Now B flat. Sharp 11. We said this earlier, much earlier in this video. Now we're gonna stay there, cause that's what we're doing now. Is a B flat 7 with a flat 9 up 5. That's that whole little move, and now down to the next chord. And we already know what that chord is, right? The A7 flat 9 sharp 5, right? All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here. It should be 5:45. So, I need to go grab me something to eat. Take my medication on time. Y'all ain't gonna make me late. Not this time. I'm gonna do my medication on time. I don't want my wife calling me talking about, yo, why you didn't take your medication, bro? All right. My nurse, my Miss Nurse is out of town, but she gonna call and make sure I'm taking my medication. So I can hopefully next year, 26, I can get off, and I'm praying that my doctor will release me and say, hey, yo, I seen your blood work. It came back good, and your x-ray came back good. But either way, if it doesn't, y'all still pray for me still that I'll eventually get off this medication. I don't like it at all, but it doesn't do me as bad as it did with the other medication that I was on when I had to go to my arm. That was man, it's like and I understand people when they do chemotherapy. This stuff is about as worse as the chemotherapy medication that I had to take. Oh my God. That stuff is extremely strong. Yeah, it was. I was dropping weight real fast and real quick, and Doc was like, "Yo, I'm like, I couldn't really talk, but I'm like, I'm a little dude already, so for me to be dropping, 10 pounds, 20 pounds in a short amount of time. Actually, you know, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go, but in a way, my main doctor, my primary doctor, was like, you need to start losing weight because your body frame can't handle the weight that you have at this moment at your age. And I'm like, what? You need to start losing weight, like back down on eating. And I was like, what? So I would probably I want to say that this is kind of like a blessing and a curse, so to speak, at the same time, because I was trying to figure out how I was going to start losing weight because I like eating. But I'm still a little dude, but I can eat. I'm a little dude, but I can eat. I can drop some food in a heartbeat. But I also can lose calories quick too. So but she was like, my main doctor, primary doctor, is like, you need to lose at least 5 pounds or 7 or 10. Ultimately, when I got sick with this valley fever thing, I ultimately ended up losing the 10 pounds pretty fast, actually. Almost, actually, I think I had gotten more than 10 pounds, actually, when I was almost dead sick. Like, I really thought I was going to die, basically. But when I lost about 15 or 20, that's when my doctor was like, okay, hold on, dude, you're a small dude, so for your age, you know, but it was like, okay, we need to get you cleaned up and then give you a different medication that can actually get me back to eating again and back on my feet. You know, I can get in the shower, do my thing, drive where I want to go now, because the other medication I was on, including being sick with valley fever, was terrifying. Anyway, so pray for me that hopefully that my results, actually I could look on and see what my results is, but I don't know how to read the doctor's language. But so I got an appointment January 6th, I think. So hopefully by then, I'll get my results. I feel like I had already taken my what they call it, the lab tests and also the MRI, um, the week of the 15th. I think it was 16th and the 19th, back to back. So I'm figuring it's the 24th now. So I figured my I'm figuring, I'm praying and I'm figuring that if it was something serious, my doctor would have already been calling me and saying, "Hey, yo, we need to have a conversation before January 6th." So I'm assuming, since I did this on the 16th and the 19th, that means I had 6 days into this. So I'm figuring that my situation isn't as serious. Um, so I would say my situation must be getting better or has gotten better. God has 100% healed me. That's what I'm praying for. But you know how these docs are. They be like, "Oh, I think you might want to, I think I might have to hold you on for another year." And I get it because for my gathering, this valley fever demon can hide somewhere else in the body and be undetected from my gathering. In other words, basically it would go into what they call dormant mode, find another spot but don't attack me. Um, yeah, viciously like it did with my lungs, and then it went to my lumbar, my lower back, and was cracking the bone, literally trying to get into the bone and really do some serious damage to either one of the two. I would have had to have surgery, um, or they say amputation, and because this demon is real. Yeah, the one I had, he was. This one was, I call it, he was mean, evil. He was mean. When I say mean, you probably say, what kind of, valley fever is a fungus? I call it a bug. And I had the word. I looked it up. Let's see. Um, Dang, I done forgot the name of the word again. Um, some people get multiple of these things. I call them. I forgot what it was called. Dang, I already forgot it just that quick. I had looked it up a couple of days ago. And let me see. I was hoping I was gonna remember the name of it. Lesion. That's the word. Lesion. I had one. So they call it lesions. Anybody know what a lesion is? You look it up. Now, generally, from my gathering, if you ever crack the bone or been in an accident or some type of injury, this demon will find that area and start havoc. So if you ever broke a bone, crack a bone, I don't care where it's in the body, or injured something in the bone, or the tissue, or somewhere in the body. Usually the bone, they said, pretty much. And um, and I had already had previous back injuries from way back in the days when I was a lot younger, back in the early 1900. I think about 19, because I said 1900. Way back then, long way back then. But I had thought that I would eventually heal at some point from a car accident and from my job and from being hit in various different places. Back of my head, my fingers, my thumbs tweaked out from somebody threw his basketball and popped my thumb back and cracked it. It was wherever you got a crack, a broken something. This valley fever demon, I call it the lesion. You can have a lesion. You got multiple lesions. So I had one, and that one found that spot in my back, and from the fungus from the valley fever, and it was just Man, it was like a sharp needle just kept stabbing me in the same spot over and over until it cracked the bone in my back. Now just think of this I have my backside. I'm sitting in my backside, but this is my backside. Technically, it wasn't puncturing the bone this direction in the back. It found a way to go around the bone inside my back, making it virtually painful to my stomach and my back. Like it went around it. Like it found a way to go around it. And it was just kept in the same spot in the middle of my back. So it split my bone, and then it was terrifying my spine. And then the lumbar, they call it the lumbar, left and right side. I think it did more damage on my left side, the worst, because the pain was just beyond words that cannot explain. But it just basically felt like my whole upper body and my lower body, and just to say, you have your disc and all the other stuff that holds your body up, your spine up, and you got this demon just trying to penetrate through the bone and already hitting your spine and all the rest of that other stuff and your nerves and everything else. It was just terrifying that. And then finally it made it to the bone. Like I said, on the inside, not the back part of my back like this. It just made it out. And then it felt like all of the damage that it did, like basically to say now my spine is messed up. I mean, the disc is messed up, the disc is messed up, and whatever else they think, I can't think of the name of it, y'all. It messed all that up, and it felt like my whole body was about to, without this in the way, my whole body felt like it was just gonna go collapse like that. And that's what pretty much the doctor was saying, that if we continue to keep doing that, and we don't get this thing under control, then they would have to put metals in my back and all that. Yeah. Yeah, and I probably 9 out of 10, as they would say, I would never be able to walk again. I will be 100% paralyzed from the up down. So that medication they put me on, that was woo. I get it when people are doing chemotherapy. That's, oh my God, that is. I had to take the medication, the next level underneath that chemotherapy. That was nasty, y'all. Terrible. Losing appetite. I couldn't eat nothing. Nothing I normally would have eaten. Couldn't eat. Didn't taste right. Didn't look right. Didn't feel right. They tried to put me on liquid. What they call liquid. Supplemental stuff, and some of that I couldn't. It just was bad. So anyway, I'm still here. Sometimes I don't feel like eating, so I still get a little issue with it. But I do eat a little bit here, a little bit. My appetite isn't as great as it used to be, but yeah, I better go eat something since I'm talking right now, and go take my medication because I have to eat with the medication. So, but if my X-rays and all that stuff come back, cool. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm actually celebrating right now, but anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace and love and Corby. Y'all pray for me and keep me in your prayer. And I still can keep on practicing and staying focused to my goals. And the Lord did allow me to get these 2 books out. Thank you, Lord. Didn't know I was gonna get the first one out, and then for sure I didn't know I was gonna get my second book out, because I really actually thought I was going to be out of here in 2024 for sure. And it was for sure. I really thought I was gonna be out here in 24, but before even 24, actually 23, really, actually, because that's when this all started in 23. That was the first episode I had, and I really actually thought I was gonna die that day. Then literally November 9th, that was the day when it hit me for sure. And then over a period of time it hit me again. That's when it moved from my lungs to my back, in August 2024. I mean, yeah, 2024 on the 16th. Then, yeah, I couldn't walk no more at that point. But then I thought I was gonna be out then that time, and then 2025, they had to hospitalize me again toward the end. I think it was Christmas. It was after Christmas actually. After Christmas, and then I had to go back in 2024, going into 25. So I actually had to go back in. That's around December 28, 2024, going into 25. So I was in the hospital for like a month almost. At that point, I already actually for sure thought I was gonna be gone then, cause this stuff was ridiculously terrible. But I'm here. I went back to work. Came back to work July 15th. But I was able to push out my very first book in May, which was the very first edition, Play by Sight. And then I got sick again after that because I went back to work in July. So I think I ended up going back to the hospital again. Actually, I was hospital like 4 or 5, 6 times. I think it was 6 times. And then I for sure was like, man, I'm definitely not gonna get the second book out. But the Lord allowed me to go ahead and push that book out, and it got published September 26, 25, 26, and then the hardcover came out October 15. So we December now, so I feel okay. I feel all right. I'm still in pain here and there, but if somebody say suck it up, I'm sucking it up. It ain't easy, but yeah, it's rough. But I still thank God for healing me. So either way, God has the last say. So that's how I see it. So all right, musicians, friends, and family, and non-musicians, friends, and family. I see y'all later. It's now 6:59. I should have been off here 30 minutes earlier, but I'm gonna gobble me something down and take my medication, and I can get on my feet. And catch y'all later. And y'all have a nice evening, morning, afternoon, or wherever y'all at in the world. Deuces.